What's up, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. In the last video, I finished up the rear doors. I got the blackout tape on the Evo. I am finally on the last two pieces of this painting project. These two doors, obviously, like everything, took much longer than what I expected. I've actually already done some body work on the side skirt when I originally started working on the front door. I'm going to be finishing up that, and then I'm going to be taking the wing off, and we're going to be doing the body work on that. Stay tuned. If you didn't see the last video, definitely go check it out. It worked out really good putting this blackout tape on here. This was the OEM blackout tape. This is not vinyl that you have to cut. It's pre-made to go on there. You put some soap and water on the back. It applies perfectly. You just squeegee it out. Very happy with how this came out. The doors are completely done. The car is really dirty aside from the two doors that I've painted so far. This thing's been sitting for about 6 months, but luckily I did fully wash, fully clay bar. I polished, and then I ceramic coated everything. Hopefully from doing that, it will make this thing really easy to clean up. The side skirt down here is the last piece that I have to paint over here on the side. As you can see, like I said, I've already done some body work on there. Much it's just everything is sanded down, so I still got a primer. I still got to block everything out. And once all of that is completed on the side skirt, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the rear wing back here. I removed the little factory gurney. It was starting to fall apart. When I was trying to remove the adhesive, it started to get hot and it actually burned through the paint. So just one little spot where I have to hit and do some body work on. I've got the DA. I'm not sure if there's going to be any more 180 that I'm going to need to do. Did get some 320 to clean that up with. Once I get the primer on there, I did get some 600 for the DA. Usually just try to block that out by hand. Soap and water to clean everything up with. Degreaser. After the primer, I've got some guide coat. And down here is the actual primer and blocks. When I get started on the side skirt, like I said, first I'm going to get everything done, get everything primered, get everything blocked out, and then once this thing is ready to go for paint, I'll start working on the wing. Bodywork for the most part on the side skirt is all finished. As you saw, I did go back over everything with a 320 grit. Just used a combination of my DA sander and then my blocks here. For the most part on this thing, because it is so small, I did have to use my blocks. Here at the top, I did tape a lot of this off. There are spots that had no damage, so I didn't feel like there was any reason to put any extra primer on there that didn't need it. Everything else along here is really, really nice. It looks really, really good. Here there was a lot more damage, as you can see. Lots and lots of rock chips. These are really deep gouges into the plastic. Before I actually do paint the side skirt, I am going to put one more layer of primer on this and sand it down. The bottom side here, you can see a few more spots, but this is not going to be noticeable. You're never going to see this. Super excited to have this done though. Everything does feel nice and smooth everywhere else. Now I'm going to leave the side skirt alone. I'm not going to put that layer of primer on there just yet. I will do that when I lay the primer on the wing over here, which is what I'm going to be moving on to next. I want to get this little spot right here fixed. You can see here where there's a lot of that glue, that adhesive residue left over. I'm going to go ahead and open this trunk up. I'm going to get the wing taken off, and I'm going to go ahead and start sanding on it. Rear wing is off of the Evo. Everything actually came out pretty good. However, the process was a little bit more complicated than what I thought. As far as getting the wing off of the car, there's one little black plastic piece that you just pop up. This is it right here. It just sits down there. You stick something under there, just a piece of plastic. A credit card would actually work really good. I would refrain from using a flathead screwdriver. It tends to scratch this plastic. Pop it up. There's 3 little clips. It comes out pretty easy, and then there will be 1 bolt that you have to take out. Do that on either side. From there, go ahead and open the trunk. There are 2 more bolts. There's one right here, one right here, and then obviously again on the other side as well. Once you get that out, you think that that's it. You think this thing will come right off of there. However, there is just a little bit more holding it on. There's a little bit of 3M tape at the front right here. Easiest way to take this stuff off is to warm it up with a heat gun and then just use some fishing line to cut it. You just kind of have to work that fishing line under the plastic. Once you get the adhesive cut, there are 2 more little clips that are holding it in. All it is, it just requires some pressure to get it out of there. Easiest way to do it is from one side, just push it up from the back of the wing. It'll pop up out of there. Hold on to it from the other side, and then again over here, just push it up. It'll pop up out of there. And then for taking the wing apart, first thing that you'll have to kind of remove is this piece right here. So this is where that 1 bolt was sitting. This is where that little plastic clip is holding in. You've got 2 aluminum rivets that are sitting right here. They're the peel type rivets. So take some needle nose pliers or something like that. Just kind of pry all of that up. Once you get all 4 sides up, you kind of just mash it in the best that you can. From there, what I did to get them out the rest of the way is I just flipped the wing completely over on the back side. I bought this bolt extractor set a while back for a bolt that I broke off into the head. I just took the smallest one that I had in there. What you do is you drill it in reverse on this thing. Once it kind of grabs in there and it starts twisting, go ahead and start pulling up on it, and as it does, it'll just pull right up out of there. As far as putting this back together, I did order some new peel type rivets. However, they're not this kind. I could not find this exact same one. Hopefully what I found will work really well. It really needs to be that peel type because when it does peel back, it leaves a very, very low profile, and that allows that little plastic piece to go on there. Normal rivets kind of stick out a little bit more. Once you get those rivets out of there, the rest is just clips, so you just have to pull from one side. There is one side that's looser than the other. I don't remember which one it is. Whichever one it is, start pulling and those little clips will pop right out of there. After that, you've got two 10 mil bolts holding this little piece in right here. So there's one on this side and then one right over here. And then it allows you to move this little plastic piece. Now all of this is free to be painted. I'm not gonna have any little gaps. Last piece to get out is the big long one right here. You'll have 7 small little bolts right here holding it in all along the edge. And once you've gotten these sides taken off over here, there's 2 more 10 millimeter bolts holding it in on this side. And then again over here on this side. Once you've got all the bolts out, start from the back side. That's where all the little clips are holding it in. Once you've got all the clips popped out from the back side, it's actually Velcro holding it on from this side. So you can use your hand if you've got tough fingers like I did, and I was able to just kind of pry it up and peel it up. And you've got a little trim tool that will work really, really well. You can see here, this is where that Velcro is. This is what it looks like. There's 2 medium-sized strips there. There's one little one right there, and then 2 more on the other side. After this piece comes out of there, that should be all I need to do to get this thing ready for paint. From here, I'm just going to get the wing cleaned up really, really good. I'll start sanding on this right here. Once I get everything nice and feathered out, I get all this glue off, everything looks really good, I can go ahead and lay on my primer. When I do, I am going to lay the extra primer on the side skirt over there like I said. After that, it'll just be blocking everything out. Last bit of body work is finally all finished off. I got the wing finished up, pretty easy piece here. Used the DA with 320 on it to knock everything down. Once everything was leveled off from where all that paint was chipping, I did kind of switch over to the block just to kind of get on the outsides here too. taped everything off and then laid down my primer. Over here on the side skirt, you saw what I did too, so you can kind of see where the edge is still there. Everything is feathered, so you'll never see any of that once the base coat and clear coat go on there. All of those holes though, everything that was over here, you can no longer see. Down here at the end is what I'm really impressed on. I did spray it really heavy. I was pretty much able to fill everything in. The only thing I was not able to fill in was this one really deep hole right here. But what I was really excited about is this little corner piece that you are going to be able to see is all covered up now. That primer filled all of that in and I was able to sand around it. Everything is blocked out. Everything is ready to go for paint. Both pieces will need a final sanding, which is just some little overspray details like this in here. I want to make sure I get all of that flattened out with 600. You can see over here there's just a little bit of overspray. I want to get all of that sanded down with 600. And then obviously anything that is still shiny on my clear coat, I need to get sanded down. All of the wing will get sanded down with 600 and then it will actually be ready for paint. I'm not going to be doing that in this video. I am going to end the video. Taking this wing off was actually a little bit more of a chore than what I thought it was going to be, so maybe that'll help some of you guys take this thing off. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you'll stick around for the painting video. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button so you can see this thing actually be painted, and I will catch you guys next time.